Hello and welcome. This isn't a Warhammer Wednesday video, even though it's sort of like a day before, so I thought I'd just bring it out today anyway, because there's always going to be a video on Wednesday, regardless. So this is going to be my look at White Dwarf, the May edition. These have been dropping on people's doorsteps quite late. I mean, it's Tuesday. This is due to go on sale on Saturday. I would have expected it to come sort of middle of last week or maybe start of last week. I think the bank holiday Monday might have had something to do with it. But either way, quite late in the cycle. And what I've seen is there's been quite a lot of content online on their Warhammer community website that's up before this edition has come out. So to me, it looks like they're sort of leaning towards that social media as the way of getting things out quite quickly now, previews and things. So I've just got a little knife with me. Let's destroy that. So more Caradrons, or however you pronounce them. Let's have a little look. I'll just move the camera a little bit for you guys. So that looks awesome with that airship and some Tzeentch demons there. Looks great. And there's the front cover. So White Dwarf, 40 years of White Dwarf, very special edition. So there's a new Grombrindle miniature with Space Marine armour. I think he's about £17 or so. And he went on pre-order the weekend. I didn't bother with any of the pre-orders this week, but there you go. So 40 years of White Dwarf, 1977 to 2017, 40 years, 40k, obviously dwarf in power armour. So here we go. So all the contents. So happy birthday. Would have been nice to get the miniature for free for subscribers to White Dwarf in this edition. I don't know how much that would have cost to bundle in with this. But there you go. If he's there if you want to buy him to commemorate White Dwarf being 40. You've also got a couple more models to celebrate that. But yeah, £17.50 for him. Model of the month is him. I do like the little goblin or orc and the bolt gun in the box. Pretty cool. So these are the new items coming up for pre-order. So they're going to be available on the 6th of May, but they're up for pre-order now, which was the Galvanic Servo Haulers, the Ferrotonic Incinerator and the Promethean Forge. The cranes, or whatever, £25 if you wanted to get them. And also they're releasing industrial bases. Would have been nice to have them released last week or a couple of weeks ago. But there you go, £20 and you get 52 bases, which isn't too bad, really. So latest from Forge World. So you get this Thranduil there, and then you get an Iron Hills Chariot, these huge trolls with armour, and then Iron Warriors, Tyrant Siege Terminator. Video game news: Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr, Horus Heresy Tale of Talarn, Blood Bowl 2, Space Hulk Ascension. It's saying that it's out now for PS4, and Deathwatch is available, Space Hulk's available, and there you go. So Tales from the Black Library, Jane Czar, Eye of Medusa, Azrael, Sons of the Forge. That's out 3rd of June though. Echoes of Revelation is a audiobook. So latest releases. So the Archanaut Company, £27.50. There's no reason why these guys couldn't be turned into squats at all. They look great. Models are fantastic. You've got an Archanaut Admiral, he's £15. Engine Master, like that, £15. An Aether Chemist, this guy here, £15. And then the Aetheric Navigator is also £15. Then on this page we've got some Sky Riggers, £25, and it looks like they can be made as Endrin Riggers or Sky Wardens. So £25, you only get 3 though. £25 for 3 seems quite expensive considering the same as sort of similar size of Assault Marines. But yeah, Grundstock Thunderers for 5, it's £25. They've got some very nice heavy looking weapons. And then you get a Brock Grunson, which is £25. Again, He looks like quite a largish model though. Grundstock gun hauler, £30. I think that's quite expensive, but and then one of these is £50 for these frigates. They look very impressive though. Yeah, and obviously he got up there because there's some kind of like ladder thing, but there we go. And then the Archanaut Ironclad, which looks like the frigate, but is bigger. And that is £70, but that is huge. It's even, look how many models are on it. That's very impressive. It's a huge kit. All these cannons and things. Excellent. Skirmish is coming soon. White Dwarf early years, so it's a look back at all the early. Put a comment down below if you had the very first issue by Ian Livingstone in 1977. And then they sort of went down to 1978. Lovely cover arts, really fantastic. Codex Astartes, 3 miniatures. Wow. Years of White Dwarf. Wow, so they're actually going through every single White Dwarf cover. No way. That is immense. I think I probably started collecting way back there. Tell you the first issue of White Dwarf I ever bought. Oh right, so it only stops in 1995. Oh no, it doesn't. It carries on. Let's have more of a look. So wow, some incredible artwork in here. Look at that. So it continues. Still continues as well. I think the very first issue I got was 98. It was either that one or the Falcon. I know that the Falcon was a very new piece of kit back then, but I think that 98 one was my most recent. So even then, that is 21 years after it came out, which is incredible. Enemies of the Imperium. Lovely Doredio Dreadnought there. Golden Demon. Just looks fantastic. They don't even look real, do they? They just look absolutely amazing. So clean and crisp. Heavy metal showcase. That just looks fantastic. Heavy metal diorama. So here's the Caradron Overlords. There's the Ironclad, Gun Hauler, Frigate. Oh, I'd love to collect this little army. Really would. Goes on and on. That White Dwarf looks familiar in 2000. Then they had a lot of sort of Lord of the Rings. I think I had one of the Tower shoes too. Definitely had that Demon Hunters one. And while they're showing all of these, every single White Dwarf ever, they've got this Legend of the White Dwarf. They've got this battle report going on. This issue is about the same size as your standard issue, about 150 pages or so. So you've got a Warhammer Age of Sigmar army builder now. That's pretty decent. So you got Age of Sigmar the app, paint splatter. You've got a double page spread here of the Imperial Might, which is a Warhammer World exhibition. Lots of Cadian regiments, all facing command structure. A couple of Bane Blades, and then you've got a double page spread there, focusing in on some of the key units. seems like every issue they're focusing in on one of the dioramas of the Warhammer World Exhibition, which is great. And the White Dwarfs continue. So a tale of 4 warlords still. They all started off with start collecting box sets. Space Marines have added some Centurions. Astra Militarum have added some Ogrins and a command squad. Chaos with some Terminators and a Land Raider. And Eldar with a load of Banshees and a Wave Serpent. And they go on and have some games. Shadow War kill teams really does give you scope of just changing the paint style of your units rather than have them the same as your main army. Some Masters of Fate. And you've got some heroes. Some new rules, and then Blood Bowl, 2 rules for the Dwarf, and the Black Gobbo. And then Reader's models as well. "40 years in the bunker." There you go. Next month will be June, on sale Friday the 16th of June, so quite late that month. Probably this one will come out at the start of June. It says Grim Darkness, Far Future, Only War. As if that wasn't a big hint and clue anyway. In the Grim Darkness of the Far Future there is only war, but just split. Heavy Metal, Battle Report, Tale of 4 Warlords, and so on. So this month has been very heavily aimed towards Age of Sigmar and Caradrons. The only bit of 40k is just the, I say, new bits of scenery, and that's pretty much it. It's, I mean, if you're into Age of Sigmar and you like your Caradrons, then you're looking forward to those releases, which are available now, except for the Ironclad, which will be available from this weekend. Then, and if you like your history and you want to read up on every single sort of White Dwarf magazine, then that's great. I will find that very interesting, going through every single sort of issue. But yeah, it's mainly very Age of Sigmar heavily based this month, with not much at all for the 40k fans, but a nice addition for some extra rules there. And the paint splatter, which is not near the end of the book, which is what I'd expect, just covers the dwarf. And it's things that we've seen before. So it's things like your edge highlighting and your lead belcher, your shade, and then your highlight. So it's things that we've sort of seen before. If you're going to like to know the history and things, and you like your Caradrons, your dwarfs, then this White Dwarf is for you. But if you're into 40k, it's not really going to appeal to you that much. I think it looks like an okay issue anyway, just because it's got all the, you know, a look back at every single sort of White Dwarf, and it's the 40th anniversary edition. I would have thought there'd be a bit more about Warhammer 40k. So in that respect, it's very heavily focused on White Dwarf and all the previous White Dwarfs. I think next month in June is going to be absolutely phenomenal. I don't know whether 8th edition is going to come out. From what I could see there's just no real talk about 8th edition or anything that's come up on the community. And obviously that's because this is sort of written months and months ago. So in that respect, there's a lot out there on GW's website and things regarding 8th edition. And that reflects this White Dwarf issue, that they're not trying to push that much 40k because, you know, new edition around the corner. I think next month will be heavily focused on 40k. I think they'll do a little article on the resin Thunderhawk, and they'll probably do an article about Magnus the resin model. It looks fantastic. That's going to be available at Warhammer Fest, and of course 8th edition and those new sort of bulkier Marines. I think they are releasing slightly bigger Space Marines, but I really don't think they're going to be the new norm. But who knows? I mean, it would make sense to make all the other sort of races smaller, but you never know. I mean, from the trailer, it looks like Gilliman is going on another crusade, and he's managed to get some more excellent warriors. The real question is, how big are they going to be compared to the custodians? Because custodians are tall compared to Space Marines, and you still want them to be taller than these sort of souped up Space Marines. But we'll see. Next month is going to be very interesting. This month you're just going to have to hold on until the end of the month, and then I think June and over the summer is just going to explode with this new edition. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.